Morning, everybody. Good to see everyone this morning. We are continuing our study of Psalms this morning. If you want to start turning over to Psalms 95. Psalms 95 is where we'll be this morning. Last week we studied chapter 91, the shadow of the Almighty, and the security that we find in the Lord not only being the source of our comfort and salvation, but also the instrument through which it happens. That God not only created us and gives us, the life in the breath in our lungs and the life in our body, but also sent His Son to die for us. That He both spiritually and physically became the bridge for to take care of our anxiety. And so this week we're going to be talking about worship and obedience, Psalm 95. Before we start, a question for discussion or whatever you want to include, but what is worship? Let's break it down a little simpler. What's a celebration? To honor someone, yeah. A celebration is a particular time taken out of the usual humdrum of the day to focus on something, to take something, and doesn't even have to be like a literal, we think about celebration like song and dance and something like that, but a celebration, when you're celebrating something, it is taking a specific time to lift this thing up, to reflect on it, to think about, and whatever entails after that thinking about of something in particular. And so then worship being a part of a celebration, what part in a celebration does worship play? To worship something, especially in a celebration, to me at least, it is to even go deeper into just beyond, I like this thing. A celebration at its basis form is taking time to go, I'm happy this thing happened, I'm remembering that this thing happened, I'm, like I said, lifting up, reflecting on that particular thing. But to worship something is to take it that one step further, is to really go in depth about what about this thing that I'm celebrating is so noteworthy of keeping in mind. And so here, as we look at one of the more well-known, more quoted psalms that talks about worship, we're going to see ways in which to worship, to what extent we are to worship, and more specific details than that. But I just wanted to go through, just as like I was walking in this morning, I just looked up praise, worship, things like that. Examples in the Bible. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. Philippians 4:4. Let's see. 1 Thessalonians says it very simply, rejoice always. 1 Thessalonians 5:17. Examples of worshiping yours, O Lord, is the greatness and the power and the glory and the victory and the majesty, on and on in 1 Chronicles 29:11. And then both in chapter of Psalms that we've studied before and Psalms that I'm sure that are upcoming in our study, there are many, many ways, because what is the most common form of worship? Sorry?
Going to church.
Going to church? What's the most common form of worship that we do in church?
Singing.
Singing. Yes. And right now, as we study a book literally of songs, psalms, songs, we're going to find a lot of praise. We're finding a lot of worship in different ways, in different aspects, but this entire book is basically one big worship book. Psalms was the first collection of praise and harmony, of songs to God, all the different songbooks. Psalms is the original collection of worship songs, meant to be both spoken, sang, played with an instrument, all those kind of things. As we see in the instructions, a lot of these are titled to the choir director of this and this, to the this and this, and all the different authorship. This whole time we've been reading through worship songs, written by one person or another for different reasons, but we're going through a songbook. And yeah, singing is the most commonly seen form of worship. Why do you think singing is the most common form of worship? There's not a right or wrong answer for this, I'm just curious. Pretty much anyone can do it. We all have vocal cords. There's some that, think that, I can't sing as good as the other person, but we all have the ability to do it, yeah.
It's very uplifting.
It's very uplifting. I saw a hand over here. Yeah.
Because we speak to one another.
Yeah. Yeah. We're taking the words that we already can speak and we give them a bit more form. Y'all that were around for my sermon about music in general, about music is just making the air vibrate in a very pleasant way. Is the way that we sing is, the voices mixed together that, everyone has the potential to do it. It's very personal, yes, exactly. The person, whether or not it's a song that you've written or a song that someone else has written, you're hearing these words, it's something that, you are giving a little bit of yourself and putting it into the way that you sing, Yeah, oftentimes it's very, like I said, it's very uplifting. Just being able to listen, the reason we listen to music is because we enjoy it. It brings us joy. Sometimes the subject and sometimes the way that a song is written can be sad, but we listen to it anyway because there's some